Man, it's bright out here. Alright guys, before I start, just to let you know, sorry for the funny faces and the squinting and stuff because it's really bright out here. I'm trying to find a spot where the sun isn't glaring into the camera. So, work with me. I know I got an ugly face, but just deal with it for a few. What's going on? Tay here, back with another video, and as you can see, I'm back at the Wildlife Reserve. If you can't tell, this is my favorite place. It's nice and peaceful. I can get a lot of stuff done out here without worrying about noise and all that other crap. But anyway, today I wanted to make a video just talking about my experience and pretty much a little review of my Canon T7i. So the Canon T7i comes with a 24 megapixel APS-C sensor with Canon's dual pixel autofocus. It has 45 autofocusing points, all of which are cross-type. It has built-in Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and NFC. The Canon T7i can record at 1080p up to 60 frames a second and has electronic in-body stabilization. The Canon T7i also has a fully articulated 3-inch LCD screen. The build quality on the T7i isn't too bad. It's primarily made out of plastic, but it has this rubber texture where you hold it at and other parts of the camera, which gives it a little bit more of a premium feel. But I mean, it primarily is made out of plastic, and there's no any type of weather sealing on it, so you want to be careful when you're using this out in inclement weather. So here, as you can see at the top, we have the shutter button, which you can lightly tap to focus. We have the shutter adjustment knob right here. You've got your display button right here, which will turn the display on and off. As you can see right here, if you hit the display button, it turns it off. You also have your ISO button right here. So if you're looking in the optical viewfinder and you hit this, then you can use the knob to change the ISO. You also have your autofocus setting here, which only works in picture mode. It doesn't work in video mode. And you have your knob, your different modes. You have manual, aperture priority, shutter priority, and then you have your programmed auto mode. You have auto without flash. Then you have your assortment of, different settings like sports and macro. Then you have this, if you feel like your optical viewfinder isn't sharp or the image still looks a little fuzzy, you can use that to make minor adjustments. Then on back, you would use this button right here to adjust the aperture. You hold this and then you would change the aperture using this, the shutter knob. Then you also have your Wi-Fi connect button if you want to connect that way to your phone. If you want to connect to your phone, white balance button, your autofocus button, your profiles. Use this button right here to pick which shooting mode you want. You can single shooting, high speed continuous, low speed continuous, self timer for 10 seconds, and you have your self timer for 2 seconds, and then you can have a continuous self timer, which I believe you can do up to 10 times. Yeah, so we'll go back over here. Then you have your live view button right here. Hit that and it goes in live view. Then you have your info button, which will give you the information. You also have your flash button, which will bring out the flash. You have your autofocus and manual focus buttons on the lenses, as well as the stabilization. On the bottom, you have the universal 1/4-inch screw. You also have your battery. That's where your battery goes. And here is where the SD card goes. As far as checking out the different menu settings, it's pretty easy to go through. You can touch the screen, or you can use the little arrow pad over here to go through the different settings. It's actually pretty simple for me. If you want, you can also have it set up so that it's guided, which will give you a little bit of information. Let me see, hit that. And we'll turn that to guided just so you can see. But hit menu when you have guided on, and it'll give you a little bit of information about what each setting does. So that's there for people who are new and they may need a little bit of assistance going through the menus and seeing what each one does. Now, mine came with the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. And again, just like the body, it's primarily made out of plastic, but it does have this nice feeling rubber around it, so it does give it a much better, or a little bit more of a premium feel than just being all plastic. This is a vlogging test with the camera, just so you can see what it looks like if you were vlogging with it. Currently, right now, I'm using just the stabilization built into the lens. The camera itself has electronic in-body stabilization, but it's not the best stabilization. I mean, it does make your videos look pretty stable, but at the same time, you're getting a whole lot of crop, especially if you put it in enhanced stabilization. I mean, you're getting a lot of crop. As far as holding the camera up, it's not that bad. It can get a little heavy depending on what lens you're using, but I have the kit 18 to 55, and it's not that bad to hold up. Also, as you can tell, I'm using the audio inside the camera, so you can determine how good or how bad it is for yourself. But it's not too bad if you speak loudly into it, I guess. Canon's autofocus system is pretty awesome. As you can see, while I'm idly bobbing my head around the camera, it's keeping track of my face and keeping me in focus at all times. Here's a few sample pictures and sample videos coming straight from the Canon T7i, just so you can get an idea of how it performs in action. Using this T7i, man, I feel right at home using it. It's great. I love it, and I recommend anybody who wants to get a small little DSLR that's easy to use and pick up to go ahead and get it. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to pick one up for yourself. But that's it for today's video. If you liked it and you found it useful, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. Man, it's bright out here.